Hi, this is Roger Brinkley, and I want to give you another tip about how to turn a one-star review into a five-star review. So to get started here, let me show you an example of a one-star review that we received just last January 10th. It's from Susan K. She says, hey, I bought 4 of these and I'm very disappointed. One of them didn't work right off the bat. The cord wouldn't plug in, so I'm returning that. Now another one won't even charge. Probably won't be able to return that one because I wrote my son's name on it. Now just waiting for the other 2 to stop working. Don't waste your money. Now for me, that's very disappointing to get a review like this because I know that there's probably or possibly something that went wrong here. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'll click on this and I'll go directly to the review. Now, when we go here to this customer review, you're going to see, rave reports about what she's saying about there, and that's because it's been changed. But the very first thing I want to find out is there a name? Susan K. That is great for me because that means I have a real strong chance of being able to reach out to this customer. Now, one of the things, if it says Amazon customer there, one of the things you might be able to do is to go to their profile. And we're going to be looking here at this individual's profile. It's taking a few minutes to come up here. Now, it does just say Susan K. Sometimes you can get some additional information in the profile. It might say New York City, or it might give you their location. Or one of the other things that I have found is down here in the wish list. Sometimes in the wish list, there'll be somebody's name in there that will give you a better idea of who the individual is. But so what I can do here, since I have Susan K, my managed by stats, and I have a list of all of my customers in here. So I'm going to put in recipient's name, Susan K, and let's just see what we come up here. Now we've got a variety of people that I can look at. So I'm going to just choose the very first one on the list. I'll probably go through all of these. But these are going to be in order of the latest sales. So because they're in the order of the latest sales, the top one is probably my best bet. And actually, as it works out, this is actually the individual that I want to know. Now, what I'm looking at is what was ordered, and I can see down here at the bottom, yes, indeed, she ordered 4 persons, or four of these units. So this is probably the person that I want to talk to. Now, when we go back, so now I know that this is a person I can talk to. What I want to be able to do is I'm going to go directly to this order. And even before I respond on the customer review itself, I'm going to take a look at this order, and I am going to go up here and I'm going to contact Susan. And I'm going to say, I'm going to write her a letter and say, oh, Susan, tell me what happened with this, explain a little bit about what's going on. Now, what I want to show you is the effects of what happens with that. So I said, hey, Susan, I noticed on a review on Amazon that you're having problems with our product. I wanted to let you know that the units come with an 18-month warranty, and we would like the opportunity to correct any problems that you might have. Now, don't worry about the unit that your son's name is on. We'll take care of any problems that you encountered. Please give us a call, put our phone number down there, or email us, and unfortunately the email gets redacted. Would like to know if you have any specific problems. Would like to know specifically the problems you're having and to find a solution that works best for you. This is what Susan writes back. Well, actually trying to find a way to contact you directly but couldn't find anything, and now I feel really bad about review. I'll go back and edit it. The first problem I encountered was, and she goes on to explain the problems. She also goes on to say, hey, I would really like a replacement instead of a refund. Now, she left a 1-star review because it wasn't working, and she was probably a little frustrated as well. And she couldn't get a replacement instead of a refund, so she was just going to, it's typical of Amazon. They don't necessarily do the right thing there. So this is a really good example. Now, what I want to show you here is what the results were. And let's go back, and we're going to bring back up that review. And so, we've worked this situation out with Susan, sent her 2 new units, or actually 2 new cables for what she needed. She says, bought 4 of these for presents. This is now a 5-star review. They're smart and great for my boys to put in their backpacks. They're easy to charge with the cords that fit their iPads, their phone, and their Kindles. I love the fact that they need my iPhone charged during the day. I can put it in my pocket and have it charging while I'm using it. That's totally different than what she had before. Now, one of the cords was defective. Now she talks about the problem that she has. The seller reached out to me and went above and beyond making me a satisfied customer. Most importantly, this is what it says. Now I have this company set to my favorites. Never has an Amazon seller been so courteous and apologetic for a defective item. I also like the fact that this battery charger has an 18-month warranty. You can't go wrong purchasing this charger. Highly recommended them. You can't buy a review like this. This is what's perfect. Now you can see the response that we actually wrote originally down there, because sometimes she's not going to actually respond like this particular customer did. And so we want to make sure that everybody gets a proper response down there. One thing that we always do in each one of our things is please give us a call at our phone number, email us at our support number. We'd like to know specifically what the problem what you were having and find a solution that works for best for you, not for us, but best for them. And if the problem is a defective unit or the cable, we'll replace it, we'll refund your money. Call or email us and we'll get on it right away. Now I want to show you another example, and it's the email exchange that we have. Now, what happens if you can't send an email to the person? They don't respond to the email. You've gone to your customer management piece and you don't have a real email in here. What we did in this next case was we actually sent a letter. If we don't get a response in a certain amount of time, then what we'll do is we'll go back out and we're going to send a letter. So I want to show you what the results of that letter ended up being. And in the letter we say about the same thing as what I said to Susan in the email. I'm sorry this happened. Please give us a chance to be able to correct it. Here's a response I get back an email from Angela, who's telling me, in response to the letter that I sent her. First of all, thank you for the nice letter and contacting me. I have to admit I was quite surprised. It means to me that you're a company with great integrity and take pride in your products. I purchased my Pack to Go a few months ago. She goes into what she was doing. She tried to use it. She had problems with it. Yes, she wants a replacement. By and large, most people want a replacement for what they want. They're trying to solve the problem, but the only way they can do it is to give it a 1 review. They think that's the best option. Okay. She also wanted a smaller one because she thought the one was a little bit heavy for her purse. Write her back. Yes, we can take care of the problems. I was writing her about the fact that we delivered the package to her, but UPS couldn't deliver it. She said, "Oh, thank you for sending the small Pack to Go. I love it. My husband could use it for his Apple iPhone because of all the different charging connectors." She got out a large one, and guess what? It's now working. It's like, yeah, she did a 1-star review, and now it's working. So she's asking. She says, "Hey," and then in the end, here's what she says. "I feel that I should pay you for the small one as the old one appears to be working now." Isn't this great? She wants me to send. So we do a negotiation dance here, and I send her an invoice, and yes, please send me an invoice. And oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you that I deleted my review, and I've given you 5 stars. 1-star review turned into a 5-star review. So then we go on, and the next day, and I asked her, I said, "Do I need to send you a new cable?" And she says, she goes, "Actually, no. I need to buy another small unit as my puppy chewed up the one you just sent me." This is a day after she sent it to me. "It's my fault for leaving it where she could get it. I can use the cable from the small one you sent for the larger one." So I get another buy out of this. And I sent her a thing back that I said, "I'm sorry, we just don't have puppy insurance." But had a great way of establishing a rapport, with the customer. Big thing about all of this is this. When you get a 1-star review, in order to maintain a 4.5, you have to have you have to have 10 5-star reviews. Yeah, you have to have 10 5-star reviews to move a 1 up to a 4.5. That's a lot of reviews that you have to have up there in order. And if you want to do a 4.1, it takes 5 5-star reviews to get a 1-star review. But if I can change that 1-star review into a 5-star review, it's like quadrupling your money. You can't beat it. So I encourage you to try some of the techniques that we did here. I think you'll find them effective.